So you know who it is, and welcome to episode 6 of Football Talk with Shifty. For this episode I decided to put together something a little special for you guys and do a season in review for 2011. This is the good, the bad and the ugly, so kick back and enjoy the episode.
And now, it's time for Football Talk with Shifty.
We start off in January of 2011, and in January it was the return of the King. Kenny Dalglish finally came back to Anfield and took over as interim coach for the departed Roy Hodgson. Kenny would later become the official manager for the Reds. Ryan Babel was fined after posting this picture that mocked referee Howard Webb. Ryan said that Howard was like an extra player on the field for United. Chelsea shelled out $50 million for Fernando Torres, while Liverpool used that money to buy Newcastle United striker Andrew Carroll for $35 million. Now we move over to February, where Wayne Rooney scored the goal of the season in the Manchester derby with an overhead kick. Czech Tiote scores a last-minute equaliser against Arsenal in a 4-4 classic. Arsenal did lead this game 4-0 at half-time. Birmingham won the League Cup with a 2-1 win over Arsenal. 3 months later, Birmingham were relegated. And now we move into March, where the crazy man of Milan, Gattuso, goes mad and headbutts Spurs coach Joe Jordan. In April, we finally got to see a goal from 35 million man Andy Carroll. It took the striker 3 months to score his first goal for the Reds. Wayne Rooney decides to go head first when celebrating a goal. Maybe that's why he needed the hair transplant. In May, Manchester City finally ended their trophy drought by winning the FA Cup. While on the other side of Manchester, Manchester United celebrated their 19th title to overtake Liverpool's joint record of 18 titles with United. Barcelona won the Champions League by beating Manchester United 3-1. Goals to Rodriguez, Messi and David Villa were enough to hand them the crown of the world's best. Andre Villas-Boas took Porto to the Europa League final and won it with his first attempt. Porto beat Sporting Braga 1-0 thanks to a Falcao header. And now we move over to June. The under-21 Spanish side were crowned European champions for the third time. Chelsea announced that Porto manager Villas-Boas would be taken over as the new Chelsea manager. Wayne Rooney decided to celebrate United's record 19th title by going and getting a hair transplant. Now in July, Manchester City showed their intentions for the upcoming season by splashing out $38 million for striker Sergio Aguero. The Japanese women's side won the Women's World Cup in Germany by beating the US 3-1 on penalties. In August, the Premier League starts with Arsenal suffering one of its worst defeats ever, losing to Manchester United 8-2. In Spain, the Supercopa brought out the worst in Real Madrid and Barcelona. In September, we saw the demise of Carlos Tevez, where the player refused to come on as a substitute against Bayern Munich in a Champions League game. Also in September, we saw the start of many protests against Steve Keane at Blackburn. A lot of fans want the manager out, but he has held firm by deciding not to quit but fight for his spot as manager. Now, in October, Mario Balotelli reveals his infamous shirt, "Why Always Me," after scoring the first goal in City's 6-1 rout of rivals Manchester United. Wayne Rooney is given a 3-match ban after kicking out in a Euro qualifier. Rooney would later go on to contest the 3-match ban and have it downgraded to a 2-game ban instead. Chelsea's John Terry is accused of racially abusing QPR player Anton Ferdinand. And also, the game between Liverpool and Manchester United were in the papers for all the wrong reasons, with Luis Suarez being accused of racially abusing Patrice Evra. Now we move over to November, and in November, FIFA President Sepp Blatter played down racism in football, suggesting that racism could be sorted out with just a handshake. Also in November, the football world paid respects to a true gentleman when Gary Speed died at the age of just 42. One of the biggest shocks in November saw Crystal Palace knock out Premier League side Manchester United in the 3rd round of the League Cup. Now we move over to December, and in December we saw Manchester United bow out of another cup when they lost 2-1 to Basel in the last round of the Champions League group stage. Andre Villas-Boas gets given a vote of confidence by Chelsea owner Roman Abramovich. After a shocking run of losses, Villas-Boas gets crazy by telling players they need to celebrate with the entire staff when they score a goal. Luis Suarez is given a 8-match ban by the English FA over his racial comment to Manchester United Patrice Evra. So with that, only one of two sides can finish top at the end of the 2011 year. So who will it be? Will it be Manchester City or Manchester United? So thanks again for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed the episode. And just want to take this opportunity to wish everyone a safe and happy new year. And before I go, you know the drill. Let's grab your friends, grab your family, grab your kids, head down the park and kick a goal.